Good day everyone, I am Charlene Ronolo. Today, I am going to answer about the 4 questions given. The questions are, differentiate teacher-centered and student-centered approach in teaching. What are the 4 principles of student-centered approach? Discuss each type and its importance. What is metacognition? And how do you develop metacognition? And what are the 4 levels of metacognitive learners? And discuss each type. The differences between teacher-centered learning and student-centered learning is where teacher-centered is focus is on instructor. Focus is on language and forms and structures, or what the instructor knows about the language. Instructor talks, students listen. Students work alone. Instructor monitors and corrects every student. Instructor monitors and corrects every student adherence. Instructor answers students' questions about language. Instructor chooses topics. Instructor evaluates students' learning. Classroom is quiet. While the student-centered approach, focus is on both student and instructor. Focus is on language used in typical situations and how students will use the language. Instructor models student interact with instructor in another one. Students work in pairs, in groups, or alone depending on the purpose of the activity. Students talk without constant instructor monitoring. Instructor provides feedback or correction when questions arise. Students talk without constant instructor monitoring. Instructor provides feedback or correction. Students answer each other's questions in using instructor as an information resource. Students have some choices of topics. So students evaluate their own learning. Instructor also evaluates. Classroom is often noisy and busy. These approaches of learning is designed so that students can learn on how they learn, but taking into consideration of what works for one may not work for another, and at the end of the day, it's not about what was taught, but what was learned. What are the 4 principles of student-centered approach? Discuss each type and its importance. Student-centered learning is a philosophy or an approach to education that is designed to meet the needs of each student individually. A student-centered learning model has 4 main principles, which are the voice, choice, competency-based progression, and continuous monitoring of student needs by Harrington and D. Bruller in 2019. According to Susan Patrick, Aurora Institute President and CEO and co-founder in Competency Works, states that students co-construct their goals and have voice and choice in determining what, how, when, and where the learning occurs, rather than a teacher leading students through a lesson where the students are all doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. The teacher serves more as a facilitator of the learning, helping to give each student the supports that they need when and where they need it. In a truly student-centered learning environment, learning is competency-based. In order to advance through a unit, student must demonstrate mastery of the individual concepts before moving on. As Erin Figula, Director of Professional Learning at Leap Innovations, stated that students advance based on demonstrated competency, not time spent on a subject in DOFAR 29. Competency-based progression acknowledges the fact that all students learn differently and should be allowed to progress at different paces while still demonstrating their knowledge. In a truly student-centered learning environment, there is continuous monitoring of student needs. Technology is used to help monitor students' progress and to help both teachers and students evaluate and adjust learning pathways. Assessment can be formal or informal, summative or formative, observational, anecdotal via portfolios, rubrics, and projects, but ongoing monitoring of student progress is key to personalization of the learning experience of Harrington and LeBlanc 2019. What is metacognition and how do you develop metacognition? Metacognition is an awareness of one's thought processes and understanding of the patterns behind them. The term comes from the root word meta, which means beyond or on the top of it. Describes the processes involved when learners plan, monitor, evaluate, and make changes to their own learning behavior. The prefix meta means about the thing itself. So metacognition is cognition about cognition or thinking about one's thinking. It is often considered to have two dimensions, the metacognitive knowledge and metacognitive regulation. We can develop metacognition by prioritizing professional development. There should be an explicit focus on teaching both cognitive and metacognitive techniques and how to create a learning environment that supports the development of metacognitive skills and motivation. Encourage teachers to work together and share practice that promotes the development of metacognitive abilities in the classroom. What are the 4 levels of metacognitive learners? Discuss each type. Perkins in 1992 defined 4 levels of metacognitive learners, which are the tacit, aware, strategic, and reflective. Tacit learners are unaware of their metacognitive knowledge. They do not think about any particular strategies for learning and merely accept if they know something or not. Aware learners know about some of the kinds of thinking that they do, generating ideas, finding evidence, and many more. But thinking is not deliberate or planned. Strategic learners organize their thinking by using problem solving, grouping and classifying, evidence seeking, decision making, and many more. They know and apply the strategies that help them learn. Reflective learners are not only strategic about their thinking, but they also reflect upon their own learning while it is happening, monitoring the success of any strategies they are using and then changing them as an appropriate. And thank you for watching. God bless.